Hello and welcome to Weekly MTG. We are going to have a blast today because today we have one special guest DJ from Jumbo Commander is going to join us. He was actually one of the early playtesters for Commander Legends. So he's going to come on and regale us with stories as Steve and I open so many packs of Commander
Oh,
Legends.
it's going to be great. If you like opening packs, this is the show for you. I like opening packs, so this is the show for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've each got a box of collector boosters. You can see mine right here on my tiny camera.
Blake got a
But we're
second
also going
camera.
to...
He's
I got a
fancy now.
second camera.
Yeah.
But we're also going to be opening an entire box each of draft boosters because we're going to start a Commander Legends boxing league. If you haven't heard of it, it's started by the Commander Rules Committee and some other folks. And the idea is you just take an entire box of a product, open it all up, build a commander deck out of it. 100 cards, that sort of thing. We're going to have some slight modified rules for our Commander Legends Boxing League, but that's the idea. So we'll be opening those and talking about what we're going to build. We're going to be opening collector boosters, which are freaking amazing.
They're real good, y'all. Real good.
I knew what was in them, but it took opening them to actually get that feeling. Anyway, you'll see. You'll see. We're going to open a bunch of them. But before we get to any of that, Steve's going to do the news.
We got a couple of news items today, some things that you might have seen, some things that you might not. Two major news items today. First, we want to show you the holiday card for 2020. This is something that we put together that we send out to certain people, some partners for Wizards, some content creators. This is something that we send out to stores. It's Top Deck the Halls this year, and you'll notice that lovely silver border. Decorated cards in your hand have Miracle Snow. Decorated cards include premiums, promos, and cards with alternate frames or art. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 12 or more decorated permanents, you win the game. And this is a fun card. If you are interested in the other Happy Holidays cards, those also exist. We've been doing them for quite some time. So just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that this was going to be in the wild. It'll be our Happy Holidays card for 2020. If you are interested in some competitive Magic play that is coming down the line, look no further than the Magic the Gathering Online Championship, otherwise known as the MOCS or the MOCS, $250,000 prize pool, 24 players, 3 formats, and those 3 formats are Vintage Cube, Draft, Modern Constructed, and Pioneer Constructed, 24 of Magic's most incredible players. You can find more details about that on magic.gg. And we'll also have some incredible talent on the broadcast team. A lot of names you're going to recognize. We've got Maria Bartholdi, Cedric Phillips, Marshall Sutcliffe, Paul Cheon, Jessica Estefan, Patrick Sullivan, and Luis Scott Vargas, all on the commentary team. And there's going to be some pretty amazing Magic going on this weekend. So please tune in November 13th to 15th right here on this channel, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time on each of those days, twitch.tv/magic. You can follow all the action on social at #MitgoChamps, and also just by following, I believe, Magic Esports and the Wizards_Magic Twitter. Definitely going to tune into that. Definitely want to see some competitive Vintage Cube draft happening. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I know that everybody in chat now just wants to get to the pack openings. Let's open some packs. But first, we are going to introduce our special guest for the show.
Yeah, let's bring in DJ from Jumbo Commander. Welcome, DJ. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me on. Oh my gosh, Commander Legends is a set. I mean, and it looks amazing. I'm so excited to be just opening some packs right now. That's the fun part. Just cracking things open and seeing where they're going to fit into Commander decks.
Now, you actually have a little bit of a leg up on both Steve and I because you've actually played this set before, right?
That's right. So about 2 years ago, I was working really closely with the Command Zone, and Wizards of the Coast said, we're doing something amazing for Commander. We are doing this special set that revolves around Commander. There's going to be so many legends, so many new cards. We want to see how it works in the existing Commander format. So take these early versions of the cards and play with them. see how you build decks around them, see how they interact with other existing decks in the format. And so the Command Zone crew and myself, we looked at the list and started brewing with these cards, early versions of them. And it was so fun to just start building decks from cards that could one day exist. It was really amazing. So we all built different decks. We pitted them against each other and had some fun time and made sure to give Wizards all of the feedback about, all the interesting things that they had made.
How long ago was this?
This was like 2 years ago. Yeah, this was like 2 years ago.
2 years for these cards to enter the format so you can actually play with them.
I fell in love with some of these commanders, and I've been waiting 2 years to slot them into existing decks. I'm so excited for this set.
Speaking of exciting, chat wants us to get to opening some boosters. So, Blake, why don't you open up some boosters and let's talk a little bit about some of the cards that we see. Because DJ, I know that you've got some cards that you really, really love in this set, and so I hope some of those show up so we can talk about them. But also,
I hope so too. Yeah.
So
we're gonna flip this around. You don't need to see my face. We're gonna
break down these packs, right? These are collector boosters. There are 15 cards in them. What's the breakdown?
Yeah. So it's 15 awesome cards. So we're going to start with the common and uncommon section. So these are commons and uncommons all in foil. So we're going to start off here with a core cartographer, which will go in my mono white deck. We got some Malfield Twins. So these are all cards that are common or uncommon in the main set. So we start off with a number of those. And now, it sounds unexciting to open some commons and uncommons, but this set has some fantastic cards at common and uncommon. And I'm sure we'll see some of them as we go along. I'll move through these. And then we hit the commanders. So these are new commanders, and they are the uncommon versions. So Rami of the Dead Tide is very exciting. It gives Encore, which is the set's new mechanic, to stuff in your graveyard. Ooh, and then we get on to
I built a deck around Arami right there. It was so much fun. I mean, in multiplayer, just giving Encore, anything that has look at that Preordain. Anything with Encore is going to be way better than you think. It's so good.
Okay, so now those are the etched foils, right? Right, Blake?
So now there are 3 etched foils, or foil etched at the end of the pack.
Well, there are 2 guaranteed foil etched, and one that could be either a foil etched or a borderless planeswalker.
Yeah. Yes, that is accurate. We got a Rakdos, Lord of Riots, who's a reprint, and then we've got Livio or Sorn Sentinel, which can protect some creatures. So, all right. So I'm gonna move a little faster through these so we actually have time. The sound you hear from Steve is Steve's gonna be opening his Boxing League box, so that we can actually get through all of this. Meanwhile, Dragon Token.
I'm trying to pull the cards that are interesting enough to potentially make decks around it. But we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah, Blake, the cards I'm most excited about in yours, obviously those uncommon commanders, but that 4 mana, any card that gives the Monarch, I'm super excited about. Whether it's uncommon or rare, it just makes it so much more fun.
Spicy.
Ooh, that is a foil extended Feanor Elves.
So something that people might not know about the collector boosters is that within those uncommon slots, you can get a foil full border non-rare or mythic card. So you can get that. That's why that foil Fyndhorn Elves showed up there. And then this generous gift is going to be non-foil in the uncommon or common extended border slot, and this one will be non-foil rare or mythic rare in the extended border slot, which is cool.
And then we got Kangi. Then we got the Ramos Dragon Engine I need for my Dragon deck.
Yeah,
so check. I no longer need yours, Steve.
Oh, thank you.
And then we got Nostro, Voice of the Cards. And it's the foil etched cards. They're really cool looking. I'm trying to see if you can get a sense of, nice Jessica, Steve.
Ooh.
We might
Nice,
have to go
Jessica.
for it, Clay. We might have to go for it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. Next up. So DJ, when you did this testing, what was your favorite commander you played with?
My favorite commander by far was the Mardu Enchantments commander. Basically, I mean, enchantments are so fun. There's so many different colors that you can go into, but like you play against a lot of decks and they're playing, green, white, or Bant or something like that. There's Daxos the Returned out there if you want to dip into these different colors. But I really wanted something in Mardu. And Gen Arkham Weaver was so cool. Came down early and then allowed you to just kind of churn through your enchantments, get more of them onto the battlefield, pull them out of the graveyard. You can go into curses. And I think we've gotten a lot of really good tools for Gen in the last little bit. Theros came out and gave us some cool enchantments. And so I'm really excited to build that. Ooh, look at that Xenagos. That looks nice right there.
Nice Xenagos. Foil etched Xenagos. Yep.
So again, we can find all of the details about collector boosters on the article "Collecting Commander Legends." But the way that the foil etched cards work is that the first one that you see in the pack is going to be an uncommon legend. So one of those uncommon legends that show up from time to time in the set. The second one will be, I believe, a reprint legend. And then the third one is either an etched foil new rare, new legend, or a borderless commander. Or sorry, borderless planeswalker, not.
Yeah. I also want to point out, like, part of the attraction with this set is that so many of the commons that you can get in the foil slot here are super good, super playable cards. Like Viscera Seer is any deck that wants to sacrifice, even in something like Modern. And then Dreamstone Hedron is a staple of a lot of big mana decks, artifact decks in the format. All right, and then this pack.
And that works really well with Belby, another legend out there. Anytime that you can cast things for 6 colorless mana, I'm really excited about that commander as well. That was played against me, and someone cast like a Wormcoil Engine on turn 2. So, so yeah, you can do some crazy stuff with that commander.
Yeah, there are enough cheap creatures that can deal just 1 point of damage to all creatures when they attack. There's like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Plague Reaver.
That Plague Reaver was a card that saw a little bit of change from development to the final version. It's a little bit more of a downside to pass Plague Reaver around to every player now. But back in its early version, it really wasn't that much of a downside. So what we would often do is play Plague Reaver and just like, oh, we all want to beat up on Josh, pass it to the next player, attack, pass it to the next player, attack. And so it just kind of got passed around a lot. I think I like this version of Plague Reaver a little bit better.
We want to beat up on Josh. Sounds like a really reasonable thing to say around the table.
We were talking about Cube before this stream started, and Plague Reaver is one of those cards that I've seen talked about as a Cube card because you can just play it as an undercosted 6/5/4 that can just attack if it's your own. It's just fine if it's your only creature. But not only that, it also works in something like the Reanimator archetype.
That's true. I haven't looked at this set as closely for Cube yet, but if Rotting Regisar has a spot in your cube, then you got to take a good look at Plague Reaver for redundancy and that kind of effect.
It's a really good point. Yeah.
More Wrong Turns. Wrong Turn is a great card.
I like Wrong Turn. I know it's not might not be the most powerful card, but anything that allows politics at the table, I mean, Wrong Turn is a really fun one.
So here's an interesting card that's new to the set is War Room. Pay 3, pay life equal to the number of cards in your commander's color identity.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you. Queen Marquesa, Long
Mission.
Okay, go on.
That's a good interruption right there.
That's a really good one. So DJ, there's a lot of like things in the set that seem to encourage building commander decks in a single color or two colors, as opposed to what we normally see around a lot of tables with just 3 or 4 to take advantage of all the many tools that are in there. When you were testing it, did that come through as well, like 2 years ago?
I think that we were really drawn to these like signpost commanders, and a lot of them are sort of 3 colors, like really interesting ones. So we were attracted to, you know, the Grixis ones, and like I really like the Mardu ones, and the Jund one is really strong as well. So I think that we were attracted to those 3 color pairs a little bit more, but I like the lean to be able to reward people for going monocolored or simpler decks. I feel like sometimes if your play group is going through this escalation of your play group where everyone's trying to get better and better and better decks, it can be hard to go out there and just be like, I play mono green, because by nature it's not going to have all the answers. But it can start having these tools if we have cards like War Room out there to sort of pump up your mono strategy. Oh, look at that.
Look at that Apex,
very
Devin.
nice.
I really want to build a Cascade deck, so that's.
I do want to show
Nice,
a
nice.
draft booster that I just opened, and it was.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the last 3 cards, which are a Chroma's Will, a Chroma, and Clark the Thumbless. So
Yes.
you can get these really amazing. You can get a lot of really amazing commanders and like very playable cards in these packs. Oh, it's Yuriko. That's a good one.
It's Yuriko. We know someone who wants that card.
Yeah, very much.
I got to say that
I know where
reprint
that's
slot
going.
is so good, because the
It's
cards that
so
are getting
good.
reprinted in that slot are just, they're staples. Like there isn't really, like they're all commanders that see play. So even if you don't have it,
Yeah.
like someone's going to want that card. Like I want that Yuriko. I want that Queen Marchesa, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, I think it's a testament to the set as to how many of the commons and uncommons are also like really, really relevant for commander. Like there's Faith Fetters, right? Speak of the Devil. You know, it's really cool to see how.
Hey, here's a
wow.
Chroma.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like this is a mythic in the middle of my pack. Like
right, because it's just legendary creatures. Like it's 2 legendary creatures that
we're
can be
not
any
done
rarity.
yet. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you got it. You did it. Is that a foil swords?
No, it's not
Or
a
it's just a
foil
regular-
swords. I did open a foil
good
swords
looking
the other day, but that's still a pretty. This
My
is
goodness.
Court of Bounty, super powerful card. Kiskit. Ooh, a Zur.
That's great. Zur's amazing. People love Zur.
People super love Zur.
Zur is the kind of deck that I absolutely would build, but no one would want to play against me with it.
Well, in fairness, a lot of people don't want to play against you in Commander normally, so what have you got to lose?
Yes, that's fair. That's why I set up work boxing leagues with people who report to me. You will do this. This is for your job. Ooh, just a regular foil Fable Elves.
I think I found the commander that I want to build. We'll see if I can actually justify it. But anybody who knows me knows how much I love Azorius, and this little bunny right here is the commander for me. It's Quain. I did get a copy.
Is that
of Quain,
the cutest commander in the set?
It's the cutest commander, but it's also in the same pack as this card, which is Sphinx of the Second.
Oh, the Sphinx is really good. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Extended Art Coiling Oracle is awesome. Here's my Staff of Domination. We were talking about before I needed
Oh my god!
Staff of Domination.
It's the extended border.
It's extended.
Staff too.
It is extended.
Marith.
Oh, the Wild.
Marith the
Ooh, and
Wild, one of the original commanders from the very first commander set the Wizards ever printed, I think.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Opening these packs just makes me want to build so many different decks. And I already have.
You'll just
I also
need to
love the
open
Foil
more
Monarch
packs to be able
token.
to do it. Ooh, look at that Monarch.
Exactly. The Foil Monarch token.
Foil
is so
Monarch
amazing.
token. Without,
I don't know how
see,
I'm
like
gonna
this
be
is
able to
this is
build
the common slot.
one.
Like just a casual foil preordained.
Yeah, casual foil.
Just sitting right on top, followed by a Doom Traveler, which I definitely play in at least one day.
Fiery Cannonade, which is going to make some waves in Pauper, I believe.
Some Popper.
Thorn to the
Oh,
Black Rose. I
also
love that card.
That's great.
Love that card.
Burnished Heart.
One of the most
Play that in a bunch of decks. Yeah.
great mana guys.
Yeah.
Jury, one of the coolest in-world Ravnica guys. I like that. Is that a foil Myriad Landscape, Blake?
It's not
Or just a
foil.
regular
It's
one?
not foil. Just regular.
Hull Breacher.
It's a Hull Breacher. Yeah, I got it. My other collector box had a foil version of that, foil extended, which is great.
Hull Breacher is
Got a
great.
Radiant,
I love those cards that punish
Tirador.
people that go crazy. You know, you
Ooh,
people
all
that
right.
draw too much or have too expensive a mana base.
Yeah.
But you're like, you know
Yeah.
what? You have these fancy cards. I got Hull Breacher. I've got ways to interrupt your whatever fanciness you're doing over there.
The greed is super
Averna
real.
is this is the one I'm
great.
most excited to build around, to build a Cascade deck. Averna
So I'm
the
opening
Chaos
my boxing
Bloom.
league box, and I honestly don't know how I'm going to choose a commander. All of them are so good. And you get so many of them in every pack. It's crazy. I've been opening a lot of.
Chad will have to help.
I'm really excited to get our
Yeah,
resident commander experts.
That said, I should probably go through these a little bit faster so we have time to get through yours as well. Yeah, see here, casual
whatever.
foil
Commander
extended
Sphere. My goodness, Blake. Just like all the super casual foil staff.
No, this
domination.
Steve, it's okay. This one's foil. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one
foil,
not foil. That one's foil.
Another staff that's foil. Extended border Burnished Heart. This is insane, man. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that board wipe in Cube as well. I think it's going to be really interesting in Commander to not wipe away the commanders, but in Cube, anything that takes out Planeswalkers, I'm all about that.
You're
destroy.
On board, man. You're on board with it. I love it.
Yep. All right. The foil Kinsbell Courier, I will try to go back and show it. I'm kind of hoping I open another one as we go through the packs, but I've seen the request for the Kithkin. When did our stream become a Kithkin stream?
In this box so far for Boxing League, I've opened both Nevinyrral and Nevinyrral's Disc. I think now I'm like honor bound to build Nevinyrral, but we'll see.
You might be.
I might be.
You might be.
It might
Ooh,
have to happen.
foil Magus of the Order.
Yeah.
That's a good card.
Arcane Denial.
Denial.
Very nice.
Blade Griff Prototype. This.
You know, I saw some. Oh, that is great.
Hello, Najila. Hello.
And Krark. All right,
I like the
last
for
pack.
The black-green elves. I saw a lot of that in your last pack. That black-green elf support is really fun. I'm a big fan of that. But the support that I think I like the most are those ooze cards that were thrown in there. Those ooze cards have been so much fun. I'm really happy that that's sort of something that people are exploring a little bit.
So DJ, what is the non? I genuinely want to know, what is the non legendary creature card from Commander Legends that you've been most excited? Oh my God, Blake! Seriously? Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm looking at the card that's under that, like 2 under that, because I can see see Planeswalker.
Oh,
that is a borderless Planeswalker that's in that pack, sir.
Yeah, we'll have to get to that in a moment. Yeah, that last pack, it's been foil etched the whole time,
It's
great.
So now I'm going to finish my sentence. DJ, what is the non-legendary creature card that you've been most excited to get printed? Now the Commander Legends is about to be out.
Non-legendary.
Yeah.
So by the way, that's tricky. That's tricky in this set because so many of them are legendaries. So I'm like thinking, you know that Sphinx that has you draw cards when you scry? Oh, wait, legendary.
Yeah.
Let me think about this for a second. I think that some of the cards that I like a lot are, for example, like Keeper of the Accord, the cards that really they're pushing boundaries in these colors to make sure that white can keep up, because I have a lot of decks that can really use a card like Keeper of the Accord. But we've seen that one for a while. It's not like fresh in everyone's minds. By the way, that reprint of Kumbaji Witches that you just showed off as full art, that's amazing. That's really, really cool. But I think the card that I was the most excited about that's non-legendary is Rakshasa Debaser. That's the black for a 6/6 cat demon. And whenever it attacks, put target creature from defending player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. And it has Encore for 8 mana. Okay, that is my style, to be able to swing in with this big clunky cat demon and then just start picking up your creatures from your graveyard and putting them onto my side of the battlefield. And then of course you're going to kill it. Of course you are. Then I'll just encore it back and get this like mini sepulchral primordial action going on.
Mhm.
It's just value on top of value.
Seems totally fair, by the way. So much value, my goodness. That is
All right,
be
we're gonna be
I'm really excited to play some of these cards. I'm really excited.
Yeah. We're going to be switching over to Steve opening his collector booster.
So I do want to note that it is possible to get foil etched cards in draft boosters, such as the foil etched Queen Marchesa that I just opened in my draft booster.
Both of you got one?
Well, I haven't even opened my collector booster. That's a crazy
long
thing.
may she reign.
So, yeah, long may she reign. That is the thing about these it's so cool to have a booster opening experience where like you're opening all of the. It's similar to Dominaria actually, where there was a legend in every pack and you didn't really know which legend you were going to open, and this is like 3 or 4 times that. In that, there are quite a few more legends in these packs than there were in Dominaria packs, where it was just one guaranteed legend. Here I think it's two guaranteed legends. So I have a lot of commanders to choose from that we can talk about if we'd like. I can also open up more collector boosters. Chat, what do you want to see? You want to see the stuff that I opened in the draft box, or you want to see the commanders that I open in the draft box, or you want to see the collector booster box that I can open up? Which you want? Which one do you want?
We all know that you want to start opening up packs. That's something
I do.
I want to see what commanders you're going to build around.
I did just open up. Okay, so people want to see the first thing is collector. We know that chat wants to see collector.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
So I'll do that if we want. Yeah, thank you, Sean. While I adjust my camera, I'm not cool.
We'll swap.
I'm not cool like Blake with multiple cameras.
You gotta get 2 cameras. It's the only
way
to
get
be,
yourself
man.
Multiple cameras. All right, Sean, I am set here. So I'm gonna do this from here. I'm gonna watch. You guys can watch me struggle with the cello wrap and shrink right here, so that you can see. So the way that I like to open these boosters is here we go. So we got all of them right here, and now move these over here. So I like to open them on camera. See, so I like to open them so you see the token, and then we're going to reveal stuff one at a time, as opposed to, so like we got this angel and spirit token, which is cool. I like that a lot. But then we're going to reveal the commons one at a time, so we're surprised, right? So like Elvish Doomsayer, the riff on Elvish Visionary, which I like. Fertilid's great. I love Fertilid. So much fixing. Spectral Searchlight, card's hilarious. Sailor of Means, that I saw the pre-release for Loading Ready run, where I think it was Adam had like an insane Sailor of Means thing to turn with the guy that gives Encore to a card in your graveyard. Also Trove Tracker, which is also insane with Encore. And then we got the 2 uncommons, Volcanic Torrent and Strength of Pack. And then we should have the 2 uncommon legendary creatures, which is Siani, Eye of the Storm, and Numa, Jorga Chieftain. And then from there, we have the 2, I think it's the showcase, the extended, no, it's the foil rare, and then it's the 2 showcase. So foil Court of Cunning, Extended Border Command Tower, which is pretty cool.
Nice. Very nice.
Extended Border Nightshade Harvester. And then we've got Rogok. Got this card. This freaking Cobalt card. I love this card so much, it's not even funny. Like a 0/1 with First Strike, Menace, and Trample. How can you do better than that? And then this next one should be foil etched reprint Bruce Tarl. Love me some Bruce Tarl. And then this one should be the borderless or the foil etched new card, and it is Lapiel, the Bounteous Dawn, which is the legendary unicorn. Lovely. Love it.
That Kobold, people are sleeping on that Kobold. It feels underpowered being a 0 mana commander, but there's so many mana you can pull with a 0 mana commander.
So I remember back in the day when Commander was when it was still EDH, and I played at a store, and I had one guy who played an Isamaru deck. And they played it specifically because it was the cheapest commander around, and sometimes you could get in for 21 damage by just equipping it up with a bunch of stuff. And that's all you're looking for with a 0 cost commander is get in there as fast as humanly possible.
Oh, we did it. We did it.
Oh,
Look at
nice.
this. Look, hold on. We're gonna try to
Nice.
focus it so that you can see that it's shiny. Look at that. So that's the thing about this uncommon spot. It can be a foil uncommon, but it can also be a foil extended border common or uncommon in that spot. So, and then you've also got and then you get your 2 commanders, right? And here we got a rare one, Blim Comedic Genius. And then we go to the guaranteed foil rare, which is Nightshade Harvester. And then we go to the guaranteed borderless spots, which are going to be a borderless non-foil Braid and a borderless Keeper Record. And then we've got the foil etch slots. Tuya Bear Claw is the uncommon one. Tana, the Blood Sower, as one of the original partner reprints coming back, and another Blim Comedic Genius. So this, if you really like Blim Comedic Genius, this was the pack for you.
I have a Tana deck, and I'm excited.
Yeah,
I love the names and the callbacks to all the stuff in this set. It's really cool to see. Like Gavin was on the show last week. I'd really encourage people that want to know more about how the set was designed and lore-wise to watch the show that we did last week with Ethan and Gavin about what sort of went into the design of the characters that show up. Look, see, just like casual foil Marble Diamond as the first card here, just very, very casual Marble Diamond. A card that is, I don't think, seen a foil printing ever. Prosperous
Marble
Pirate,
Diamond, 7th edition.
That's right, the 7th edition diamonds did, yeah. But that art is first in foil for here. All right, now we have the uncommons. We have an Ordeal of Nylea and a Meteor Golem. I love Meteor Golem. Then we've got the 2 commander slots, the 2 legendary creature slots. So it's Kelith and Balthus. Then we have the foil rare slot. Oh, look, it's just a foil Mana Drain. Just like a casual foil Mana Drain there. It's like very casual. We have the showcase slots, Blake, for you, my buddy.
Yeah. Is that foil?
Wait, no, it's just a regular one. It's a regular.
Still want it.
One. And then Hellkite Courser in the borderless slot. Rare. And then we've got the foil etched. We've got Prava. We've got Akiri, Line Slinger, in the reprint spot. And then the new etched foil, Colfinor, the new Treefolk. 3/7 Treefolk. I wish that my internet quality was better, such that you could really see how cool these foil etched cards are. It's difficult.
Really hard to see on camera. Like Gavin's done it. We've done it. Others have done it. It is hard to show the texture on camera because they have a certain feel to them. It's completely new and it's really cool.
I love, by the way, that we included the rock token as something that you could get in foil. Please focus, camera. There we go. Like, this is just like, come on, this is awesome. And then on the back is a treasure token. But yeah, the rock token really slays me. Look, another diamond in foil. So if you always wanted Moss Diamond in foil, you can potentially get one just randomly in the common slot here.
Yep. So it took me years and years and years to find a Sapphire Diamond, and for my all foil Azami deck, and then when I finally got one, it was like last year, maybe the year before. Now I have like multiples of them because of this set. Not that I'm complaining.
Commander spells you control have Cascade, or commander spells you cast have Cascade. This card's so funny.
That's a fun one.
So good.
Cascade, so much Cascade in this set. Oh my gosh. Right, Teamer Battle Rage, borderless.
I like that.
This is a card that I actually really like. I like this Coercive Recruiter card. I'm one of those guys that like really wants pirates to be super good, and I'm hoping that maybe with all the influx of pirate cards, that Pirate Tribal will make a comeback. We'll see. Well, that's cards. It's Breaches. There's another pirate. This pack is just like pirates all the time. Sid Arcondo of Gemara, love that. Flanking. And then we got Livio of Sworn Sentinel. Just going to keep going.
I think that pirates have enough support. I really do. I think that pirates are going to see a resurgence in this, especially because of some of those cards that you just mentioned. Those super big pirate synergies. I also like that uncommon Master Memory too. That's
Malcolm and Breaches. Yeah.
Love
Malcolm and
Maelstrom.
Breaches together actually is kind of the pirate direction I want to go, because you get, not only do you get treasure for hitting them, but you get cards too, and that
Look,
lets
everyone,
you
just a foil
cast a lot of
commander
random
sphere in
stuff.
the common slot. Look at that.
Woohoo.
Just a foil commander sphere in the common slot of this collector booster. Not insane at all, even a little bit. And then we got the.
Unfortunately, you'd miss out on Hostage Taker though with that combination,
That's true.
and that's like one of the most stylish pirates out there.
It's true. That
Oh,
is
look,
true.
foil Jessica. Just like foil Jessica in the rare slot.
I'll allow you to swap that for the Jessica if you end up playing Jessica in your boxing league.
Okay. Foil Jessica.
Style upgrades
foil
are allowed.
Nostro and borderless foil Kamal's Will. So like in the three slots, the two slots that we got for our legendary creatures were Jessica, foil Jessica, and foil Nostro. Foil Kamal's Will as our rare. Victimized borderless. Sakashima's protege borderless. And then our edge foils are Arden, Ikra Shadiki, and another Nostro. It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Look at this. These are usually uncommons. Like, what's going on here? It's crazy. All right, gonna continue on. We got about 7 more of these to open, and I am super behind. So, DJ, what was your favorite deck that you got to build in advance? With the cards that you saw back 2 years ago. Do you remember?
Yeah, so my favorite deck was that Mardu Enchantments deck. It was something that I really wanted to build anyways. You know, I liked those. Yes, that one right there. And it was super fun to like throw out really nasty enchantments on people, you know, throw out crazy stuff onto the battlefield that people didn't really want to deal with. And then recycle them over again. Like, I've gotten enough use out of that enchantment. Let's get rid of it and put something else onto the battlefield. But I think that some of the other ones that really caught my eye are the Jund one as well. The one where it gives everyone mana burn. Talk about like a flashback to
Gearlock. Yep.
Yes.
Gearlock.
Yeah, talk about a flashback to like times before. I love the idea of just giving everyone mana burn, like weaponizing your mana base. You know, you do things like mana barbs and sulfuric vortex and all of these little nickel and diming your opponents and giving them mana and then punishing them for it. Oh my gosh. It's a very funny deck if you just use mana to kill them. We recognize that it can go infinite with some of these untapping effects. Like I think Sword of Perins is one of them that can go infinite with that. But it was way more fun to just like give people tons of mana and just have them slowly burn themselves out as you ramp into bigger and bigger spells. So I think that's one of the dynamics of some of these cards is that you can take it in a crazy direction where things are super powerful. Like that 0 mana kobold, like you can combo with that partner commander, or you can suit it up and swing in for 21 points of damage. Like you can build it your own way, which is really fun. Ooh, that's one that I like a lot too.
Soul of Eternity?
Yes.
Yeah, Soul of Eternity. Man, Sarah Avatar was such a like just fun card. And to see like an upgraded version that I can get 3 of just for this fantastic over the top play.
Like it's so good. Here's that Quombaj Witches that you were talking about with that crazy Seb McKinnon art. Really excellent.
Beautiful art. Yeah. My Pauper deck was a mono black. I mean, it still is mono black Pauper, and so Quombaj Witches belongs in there. And it's perfect in this set because it's so political. You just like ping something and then someone else gets to ping something too. In multiplayer, it gives that extra level.
Hans Run.
Ooh, good pack.
This is a pretty good pack. Look at that Carador and that Hans Eriksson. I love Hans Eriksson. I was kind of hoping that I would open him in my boxing league box, but alas, I did not. So I'm not able to build Gruul Hans. All right. Oh, whoa!
You
right
don't
on
have
top.
That Hans and Skolak together.
Oh. Right on top. Foil Command Tower. That's what I love about the commons in this set. Like Blake said it already. I've said it a couple times, but the idea that you can just open this up and see like really, really massive staples in your comp. Like there's a foil Fire Diamond.
Fire Diamond. Yep.
Just like right there in the commons. It's pretty insane. Let's see here. Oh, look, foil.
Slaughter the Strong, by the way, downshifted.
Yes.
Yeah, Slaughter the Strong used to be a rare.
Yeah.
Swiftfoot Boots is nice.
Kanji. Gilonra. Here's the Immaculate Magistrate, one of those elf support cards that we were talking about that strengthens elves quite a bit. Although, in my opinion, I didn't think elves necessarily needed more of an upgrade. I think they're a perfectly fine tribe that didn't necessarily need a lot of upgrades. S-Words, Flamekin Herald. This is the one.
That's what I'm excited about. Oh, look at that nice line right there. They have text right there.
Yeah, so I love the borderless versions that from the set, especially because a lot of them don't have that reminder text. I think none of them have reminder text.
I think none of them do, yeah.
Yeah.
They do away with reminder text and flavor text.
Armix, Brago, love me some Brago from Original Conspiracy. And then we got Nimrus Una's Trickster. Yeah. But yeah, the fact that, I now have another foil command tower and like a foil fire diamond is really, really cool. That like I said, that we can just open these up and see how awesome a lot of these cards are for people that really love playing Commander and have multiple decks. Like we were talking, Blake, you have 16 Commander decks, something like that?
Something around that, yeah.
Here's a card I would love to talk about.
I have around 35 Commander decks.
Here's a card I would love to talk about that I think is really cool. Forceful Denial. This is the counter target spell with Cascade. Card seems pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually like a super interesting thing because usually counter spells in a Cascade deck are bad because you never want to cascade into a counter spell. And then you have this counter spell that might be able to dodge some of your Cascade and Cascade itself. It's a really interesting place to put it. I'm excited to see how that plays in real life.
Yeah, the first time you hit it off your Apex Devastator, though, you're going to feel real awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Foil Command Beacon.
Not bad.
Here's Plague Reaver, borderless Plague Reaver. And then let's get to the foil etched. We got Elena, Kessig Trapper. We have an Agila. And we have Belby. Belby, Corrupted Observer. God,
Belby is really good. Belby is
I have to show this. I have to show this pack I just opened. I've been opening a lot of black-green elves, and so I was thinking, maybe I'll do a black-green deck. We'll see. And then I just opened this pack, which had this.
Oh, the abomination.
And a foil. I'm being told something.
You're being told something? I think so. I think you're being told that black-green elves is the place to be for you.
I think I'm being told black-green elves is the place to be.
That sounds correct. All right, Spark Harvest. Love Spark Harvest. Oh, and this is the first time I think the vows have been in. No, not the first time because some of them were in Conspiracy, I think, but certainly one of the easier ways to find them in foil.
And I like the vows. I think that they're interesting play. They're obviously not the most powerful of cards. We look at those Swords to Plowshares that's also in the set for those like unconditional removal. But whenever you can direct a creature at your opponent, sometimes it's better than just removal. You're not making the enemy of like killing a creature, and you're making sure that is aimed. Oh, sorry, I have to stop talking. The Sphinx that I love so much.
The Sphinx. Yep.
Yes.
I opened one in my boxing league, and I'm doing a lot to figure out if I can play it as one of my partners in the boxing league.
Blue and the white looks really good too.
It'll be really interesting to see the diversity of decks in this boxing league, and certainly the diversity of cards that gets played. Blake and I have not really kept it a secret. Oh, look, there's the Sky Diamond. That we've been doing a boxing league from like boxes from the past that we had lying around, and it's been really, really fun. But also, as you start to open up more packs from the same set, things start to homogenize a little. Oh, just like casual foil braid. Casual.
Yeah. Great new art on that Hunter's Insight, by the way.
I really like this art.
They look good. If you might remember Hunter's Insight, it was like had that wolf face and then like weird stuff around it. This one, I love this art style. It looks beautiful.
That art, fun fact, was slush art.
Gets knocks it out of the park.
Ooh,
Foil Blasphemous Act.
that is Foil Blasphemous Act.
And then we've got Arcane Denial, Sakashima's Will. Love me some Sakashima's Will. Halana. Parametra, God of Harvest is a card. That is a real card right there. And Obeka. I love this card. I think this card is hilarious. All I want to do is ask people if they want to end their turn all the time. It's
Would you like to end your turn?
You're not
Would
going to
you
use
like
it on your own.
like just don't
You're
play
gonna
any weird effect. Just play lots of untapping effects. So every turn, would you like to end your turn?
Yeah,
Are you done? Would you like to end your turn?
You want to end your turn? All right, this is the last collector booster that we're opening on stream today, chat. Last one. So, box. Here we go. Okay. So we've got makeshift munitions. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this one time. Give Blake a little bit more time to open up his packs.
I'm nearly done.
Maelstrom Colossus. Here's a card that I think is great. 8 mana, 7/7 with Cascade. Play it in any deck. So amazing. Soul's Might. Uncommons. We got Angelic Armaments and Skilled Animator. And then we are going to get to our legend slots. So we've got Rebecca and Jury Master of the Review. And then here's our foil rare or mythic rare. It's a foil coercive recruiter. Look at that. Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. And then we've got the showcase, the extended border ones. So Burnished Heart and Promise of Tomorrow. So it'll be a common or uncommon, then a rare or mythic rare. And then we've got the foil etched ones. The Ghost of Ramirez de Pietro, the coolest name for a card in the set. Best callback. I'm going to get it focused here. Best callback ever. So good. And then we've got Ishai, Ojutai Dragon Speaker. And then we have Arkelos Lagoon Mystic. The turtle's back. Get the turtle in there. Love it.
That was a good pack. I like that pack right there.
All right. Speaking of good packs, my last pack in the box contained.
Oh, is that right there a Vampiric Tutor? All right, so as long as my camera's down, I'm also gonna put out some of the legends that I got in the pack that could potentially be a part of the boxing league. So
yeah, let's go through your boxing league options first.
So there are too many legends to keep.
Oh my gosh!
To essentially keep count. This is like the number of legends that I opened that could potentially be my commander. I do want to call out a couple that I think are potentially very, very worth running. So, a lot of the uncommon ones are really fun, but not necessarily like ones that would necessarily be my favorite to run. But we got Jared Carthalion, which is good for Monarch and attacking. We've got Nevin Nirel. We have Quain, who I might just run because it's Quain. And you gotta love the bunny. We've also got a Chroma, which has Partner. Love me some Partner. We have Krark I opened a Krark the Thumbless, but I'm probably not gonna play it. Gore Muldrak, Amphenologist, which come on, Salamander. Gotta give people that. Gotta give people that Salamander. Also, we have Jeska Thrice Reborn, which come on, if you open up a Jeska, I feel like you almost have to run it. And then we've got Slurk, All Ingesting. So I'm just kind of pulling out the ones that I think are potentially really interesting. Kodama of the East Tree is a commander that I've seen get a lot of discussion on ye old internets. And what else do I have here?
So Gore Muldrak could be a really good card in this one because I think that when you're playing a commander deck at a lower power level, you're going to see people have a lot of creatures impact the board. So you could be really likely to just be creating 4/3 salamanders over and over and over again sort of protecting yourself a lot. And I know that there's some big splashy spells in green. So that could get you up to those bigger spells later on in the game. Definitely less cute than a rabbit, though. So it's really a toss-up at this point in time.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, so I think those are the most interesting commanders that I think I opened up. There's the plus. I've got the Hamza Guardian of Arashin, which is the +1/+1 guy. I opened a Togo, which is hilarious. And this is another card that I think is an uncommon commander, but potentially worth building around, which is Arumi of the Dead Tide. Does not have Partner, so I'd be locked into that blue-black archetype. But there are some rares, I think, that I got that are worth showing off as well that could impact the build, such as, for example, a Chroma's Will, which I think is a very good card. But also we've got Elvish Dreadlord. We've got I think did I open the card that DJ was pretty excited about to play in Real Commander, which is Rakshasa Debaser. And if I really wanted to go heavy into Encore, why not play Phyrexian Triniform? So and then the other cards, like I listed Nevinyrral. I also have a Nevinyrral's Disc. And I also open a foil Court of Cunning, right? So like if we want to go heavy Monarch into that blue-white card draw theme, could also copy activated abilities with Rings of Brighthearth. Lots of ways in which one can go here. And of course, maybe I'll just go full chaos and play the Wheel of Misfortune, right? Maybe we can do that. So there are a lot of choices here. This is going to be difficult to build. This might be one of the most difficult builds. And of course, like I really want to play the Sphinx of the Second Sun, like additional beginning phase, just to like see if I can do dumb upkeep things with like the Court of Cunning.
There are a lot of dumb things you can do, like Clock Napper. If you've ever tried that in Cube or had like a weird situation, it is so busted to be able to copy those phases. And so I'm glad to see something like that come over into Black Border. So the Sphinx is great.
There's also a cycle of these like 9 mana big splashy like sorcery spells, and I opened one of them, which is Reshape the Earth. 10 land cards, put them on the battlefield, tap and shuffle your library, right? Like, so that's a really good ramp spell. Like, it's really good. So there's a lot that can happen here. Also, I think this card is hilarious. Wrong turn. Get a target opponent gets control of target creature. Card's so funny. So we are going to be playing our games on spell table. So there are certain effects that I would prefer not to use in spell table games, like certain control magic things are fine, but if we have too many of them, it makes the board state tough to see on the digital screen. But I think there are a lot of ways in which I can go here. I haven't really managed to sort through the commons or the uncommons yet, which I think is going to be a big signpost and decider as to what I decide to do here. But that sort of gives you a taste of the at least rares and mythics and the potential commanders that I opened that you might be able to see if you were to tune in next week on Weekly MTG to watch us do our boxing league. Blake, I would really love to cut to you and see what you opened.
Let me pull up this camera. Okay, so I'm going to go through my options as well. So I did open Averna, which I am very interested in playing, and Averna has some friends. So we did get some Cascade friends. There's a good number of Cascade available. So like that could be a thing. Not shutting that down. I don't think it's my most likely. I did get a good number of so these two partner up real well. To cast a lot of big 6 mana spells, and I had the 6 mana Cascade one over there. I got our friend Glenn.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him Glenn.
Play it again.
Glenn. Play it again. So I may try to build something around him. I opened. So this is more just the like. I know I really want to play this card. So how do you do it? Well, like I could try to go mono blue because this just turns Siani into like draw X cards, which is kind of insane. I could also just partner with Singir and do like some sort of black blue thing, but that's kind of boring. Next up, I have. So I was talking about this earlier. I did get a good number of pirates, and I might look at doing Breaches and Malcolm together at last.
I like that a lot.
Yep,
I think it's good.
So we'll take a look. We'll definitely take a look at that. Now, I think the most likely thing, as I alluded to earlier, is that I do Black Green Elves because these are all Black Green Elf commanders.
Oh, wow!
So we could just go with Abomination of Llanowar. Like that is an option. But I've also got I've got that and that. I could go with partners. I've got a Mira that could be a partner. I've got a Numa that could be a partner. I could go Belby. I think it's unlikely to be Belby. I don't have enough enablers for that. But there are so many. And then all of these, of course, get to be played in the Black-Green Elf deck. So I think that's the direction I'm most likely going to end up. Probably with Mira and Numa.
Nice.
I think is the most likely pairing. They do, and because there are a ton of good elves in here, so I think that's probably where I'm going to end up. But we'll see. We'll put
I
some
think
of
it's
these
awesome
other
that you
decks
can make a
together and
tribal deck. You can just make a tribal deck out of opening a box.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. No, I looked because I got that.
Nice.
What other? We've gotten plenty of elves. Got all the Fainhorn elves. Got so many things that also just are randomly elves. Like Entourage of Trest, just is an elf. It doesn't have an elf ability. Armorcraft Judge is an elf. Obviously got Elvish Visionary, Wildheart Invoker. Like all these things just are elves. Oh, this is something I didn't notice though before. Fin Clay Fugitives is an elf salamander. So,
oh man, please play that so that I can play my amphinologist and just have protection from that card all the time. That would be amazing.
all the time. So yeah, and then I got
you got two pieces of elf-based ramp. I think that's going to be one area that is going to be lacking, because in normal commander decks, people like strive to get those 8, 10, even some people go to 12 pieces of ramp in their deck. And when you're playing limited, like you're going to be struggling for those pieces of ramp. And you just showed Finhorn Elves, Farhaven Elf. I'm pretty sure you have Mana Rocks in your pool too. So you're going to be able to ramp better than them. And the Emissary of Trest, by the way, but I mean, we added a lot of new Monarch cards, so maybe it's not as good as it used to be, but I have been a fan of just a 4/4 for 5 that draws you a card immediately in a deck where you've gummed up the battlefield. So you've got card draw in this set as well. Like, it's great.
I think the card is still insane. I think Emissary of Trust is still insane. I love that card. I love all
also
Monarch
we opened some things.
I mean,
in
that
these
is going to
that
help,
are just
certainly. So DJ,
also
as a
like
resident expert on Commander, I would love to know a little bit about like how you would approach building a deck when you're in a boxing league, because I'm sure there are some people that are watching that are like, oh, this seems cool. It seems like a good way to hang out with friends over the internet and play some games. How would you approach building a boxing league deck, especially as it relates to Commander Legends?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I really do think that there's a few different ways. I think that the first thing that you need to do is have fun, because that's what you're doing this for. And so I suggested like the Salamander guy might be the best card for you. But if you're not drawn to that, if you want to have a bunny rabbit in your command zone, then that's the way that you gotta do it. You gotta go down that route. If you want to go mono blue and then scry to your heart's content, then that's what you got to do. But if you are trying to get a more balanced deck, you want to make sure to look at the key pieces of ramp and card draw, and then you can try to see what levels of interaction you have. Basically, you can assume that this game is going to be way slower, and so ramp is going to be more important, and top end is going to be more important as well. Maybe Elves is good enough to be able to sort of tempo it out, but your turn 8 elf off the top of your deck honestly isn't going to be as good. So Blake's going to have to pay really close attention to see if his deck has the right kind of curve to keep up or can reach that critical mass of elves, or if he has enough there to be able to refill his hand. Like there's some black cards in there that can kind of get him back into the game or have that big top end. So when you're playing games that are going to be dirtier or slower, make sure to pay attention to that ramp, and then those big spells and that card draw, not just Ponder, Preordain, or those little bits of card spell, which are good, don't get me wrong, but ways to accrue large advantage. One thing that I love is that it's built into this set. Like Encore, that is a mechanic built into the set to take advantage of these long, dirtily games where you're going to be able to have things die in the graveyard and cast something for 9 mana. So I think that this set is really well designed to be a Commander Boxing League.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are out of time.
It'd be great.
We're going to do our boxing league. We're going to play our boxing league on stream next week. Steve and I are going to be playing with a couple of our community managers. Really looking forward to that. Thank you, DJ, for joining us and sharing your stories and thoughts. We will definitely have you back at some point to talk about Cube.
Yeah.
But for now, Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you next week.